It was nearly midnight in New York City. The streets were quiet, lights blinking across buildings as snowflakes fell gently. A yellow cab stopped in front of a small apartment building in the Bronx. The driver, 52-year-old Carl, checked the address again. He had been driving for 30 years, seen every kind of passenger, drunks, lovers, CEOs, but tonight felt different. He knocked on the door. An elderly woman, probably in her late 80s, slowly walked out with a small suitcase and a cane. She wore a faded blue coat, and her eyes, though tired, held warmth. "Would you mind driving me around the city for a bit before we go?" she asked softly. "I want to see it one last time, before I get admitted to the hospice." Carl paused. Something in her voice made him nod without a second thought. "Of course, ma'am." For the next 2 hours, they drove through New York. She asked to see the Empire State Building, the place she danced in as a young woman. Then Times Square, where she used to take her children on weekends. Finally, they passed by a bakery she once owned with her late husband. "I haven't felt this alive in years," she whispered as they passed Central Park. "Thank you, Carl. You gave me more than a ride. You gave me memories." Carl quietly stopped at a flower shop, bought a bouquet of white lilies, and handed them to her as they arrived at the hospital. "I don't know what to say," she smiled, tears in her eyes. "You've said enough," Carl replied gently. She waved goodbye and was wheeled inside. The next evening, Carl received a call from the hospice. She had passed away in her sleep, peacefully, with the lilies beside her bed. He never charged her for the ride. That night, Carl didn't pick up any more passengers. He parked his cab by the riverside and just sat, watching the city lights flicker across the water. Because sometimes the most important ride isn't about distance, it's about dignity, compassion, and the final goodbye. Moral: life isn't measured in miles or money, but in moments that touch the heart.